Hey guys, welcome back. Time for another 1949 game. It's the Yankees at the Senators. Yankees, of course, won the last one 8-6. Second game of this doubleheader, and we'll see if the Senators can come back here or not. Ray Scarborough starts us off for Washington, throws a ball, and then another ball high, 2-0. It's a hot day, 92 degrees is what they say in game. There's a pop-up to the second baseman. Kozar has that one away. Gene Woodling up there now, and he takes the ball inside, 1-0. Ground ball over first, past Robinson for a extra base hit, and it's a double easily for Gene Woodling. That'll bring up Cliff Mapes now, and the Yankees are coming up again. Here's Mapes, who takes the ball. He's hitting .312, 5 home runs. Another ball to Cliff, 2-0. Bouncer over to second, and Woodling goes to third as Kozar throws to first for the out, 2 away. And here's Tommy Henrich. He has 9 home runs and takes the ball, .306 the average. 1-1's the count on Tommy. That's low, 2-1. There's strike 2 that goes right by, and so it's 2-2. And that's blocked by Viegel. It's a ball 3, and there's a foul ball. Full count now on Henrich. Of course, Weigel, I should say, is playing catcher today as Henrich walks. So there's runners on first and third now. Weigel's catching because the other guy's tired, and we'll see how long he lasts. There's only 2 catchers on this team. 2-0 the count here quickly, and Phil Rizzuto now. 3-0. Rizzuto hitting .282, getting that average back up there. There's a strike to him. It's 3-1. That's off the plate. So Ray has walked 2, and that brings up Bobby Brown. There's a force out at every base. That's fouled off to the left out of play, 0-1. Foul back again, it's 0-2 on Brown, and that one misses low, 1-2 the count. Just fouled that one off, still 1-2, bases loaded. Popped up on the infield, and Eddie Yost has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the first. It'll be Eddie Robinson here against Frank Sanford. Sanford, 4.05 VRA. There's a ground ball over to Sternveiss at second, throws to first, there's one away. Stanford's 2-0 so far in the season. There's a ball now to Bud Stewart, 1-0. That misses high, it's 2-0. It's fouled away, 2-1 now the count, and he fouls that one away as well as 2-2. And that fastball's in on the hands and got him swinging. He couldn't get around to that one, 2 gone, and here's Clyde Fulmer. There's a ball outside, 1-0. There's another curve away, 2-0 on Fulmer. That's inside, it's 3-0. Let's see if he takes the walk here, and he does. It's inside and low. So Stanford, a strikeout and then a walk, and here comes Al Kozar. Kozar watches, there's a throw to first, nothing happening. Then he takes the ball and fouls one away, 1-1. That's outside. It's 2-1 on Al. There's ball 3 that misses. 3-1 the count. We'll have him take this one, and that's on the outside corner. Full count now on Kozar. And that's lifted up, foul out of play. Full count remains. And that's also just barely fouled out of play. Count is still full, and there's ball 4 wide. And so now there's runners on first and second. Here's Sam Denty, who takes a strike. 0-1 the count. So 2 walks here for Sanford. And it's a 1-1 count on Denty. Now 1-2 as he just fouled that one off. Foul back again, 1-2 it remains. There's ball 2, inside, just misses. 2-2, fouled away again. 2-2 pitch comes in again, and that's high. Full count now on Denty. And that's wide for ball 4, and Sanford has walked the bases loaded now. Here now is Buddy Lewis for the Senators. Just lines that one, just foul down the first base line. That would have been an extra base hit otherwise. 9 RBIs for him, only 1 home run. 0-2 the count as he fouled that one off, and that's lined the other way for a base hit. That'll score 1. Here comes Kozar around to score, see if he scores another one. And we'll actually have Lewis run to second, try to make a distraction. He makes it there, and Kozar is safe, and it's a 2-0 game for the Senators. Here now comes Eddie Yost. So the Senators ended the first game of the doubleheader on a roll and have carried it into the second game here. Eddie Yost takes the ball high, 1-0. 182 is average. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Another one in the outside corner, 1-2. It misses inside, 2-2 the count, and that's swung on a miss down and away. We go to the top of the second inning, but it is 2-0 Senators. Here now is our favorite, Snuffy Sternveiss, who takes the ball. 11 walks, 5 strikeouts, no hits. And it's 1-2 now the count on him. And that's high, 2-2 the count. That's way inside, full count now on Sternveiss. And he swings and misses at that one, so that's strikeout number 6. He either strikes out or walks. It's like over half his plate appearances are like that. Charlie Silvera, who's in here for Yogi Berra, takes the ball and then dumps that one into center field for a base hit. That'll bring up Fred Sanford. Of course, he's struggling at the plate. It's the pitcher, and he takes the ball inside. That's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1 on Sanford. There's a bunt over to the right side. Robinson gets that one and throws over to Kozar, the second baseman, covering it first. Silvera moves up to second. Starting to rain here, and that'll bring some relief after the heat. 2-0 now the count on Bauer. Ground ball over to Yost, and it's a poor throw over to first base. Silvera is safe at third, and the batter Bauer is safe at first. And We just had a rain delay. First time I think we've seen that here. It's a 50-minute rain delay, and that'll take Fred Sanford out of the game. So here's Gene Woodling. We'll worry about who will come in for Sanford in the bottom of the second. Woodling takes a ball, and then a strike, 1-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. That's fouled away, 1-2 on Gene. That's in tight, 2-2. Off the outside corner, but a ball. Full count now on Gene, and there's a pop-up around the plate, out of play. Full count remains. There's ball 4, and so Scarborough has walked 3, and here comes Cliff Mapes. Base is loaded. That's a strike to Cliff. That's a ball low, 1-1. That's hit to left, and Stewart has that for the out, and we go to the bottom of the second. Joe Page comes in. Boy, that's pretty realistic, actually, if you're the Yankees and you have this situation in 1949. He'll pitch against Ralph Weigel. Weigel, not much of a hitter, of course, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Fouled to the left side, and Brown, the third baseman, has that for the out, 1 away. Here's Ray Scarborough, who fouls 1 away, 0-1. Popped up and out of play, 0-2, and there's a strikeout. He swings and misses on that one that hits the plate. 2 gone. Here's Eddie Robinson, first strikeout, of course, for Page. Robinson takes a strike and then a ball low. That's ball outside, 2-1 on Robinson. Fouled away, 2-2, and there's a swing and a miss on that fastball. We go to the top of the third. Tommy Henrich here for the Yankees takes a strike and hits that one past the second baseman into center field for a base hit, and it rains again afterwards, and it's a 52-minute delay this time. And there goes Ray Scarborough, next guy to go out. I think we'll bring in Dick Welteroth, I think, is who we'll do. It's either Welteroth or Hiddle, and Hiddle started not too long ago, so it'll be Welteroth next. I know he just pitched. We'll leave him in as long as we can. So 2-0 lead for the Senators. Here's Rizzuto with a runner on at first base. That's the line to right center field with Rizzuto running. It's a good hit and run, and with Henrich running. Rizzuto gets the single, and that'll bring up Bobby Brown. We'll go for the double play. We won't worry about Henrich right now. There's a ball low to Brown. That's wide of the plate. It's 2-0. There's a bouncer over to Yost to third. He's up with it, and he drops it. That's his second error of the game. The run scores, and it's a 2-1 game. Here is now Snuffy Sternweis. 11 walks and 14 at-bats, and he's going to bunt. That's bunted foul, 0-1, and there's a ball low, 1-1 on Snuffy. That's fouled away. It's 1-2 now on Snuffy. Foul back, 1-2 remains. Fouled away again. It's off the plate for a ball. It's 2-2. It's hit high and hard way back to left, and Stewart has that for the out. He almost slipped and fell, but he had that one on that wet grass. Rizzuto moves to third, and here comes Charlie Silvera. We're actually going to move the corners in as Silvera takes the ball. There's another one low, 2-0. Pop up, it's Robinson, the first baseman, who has that for the out, and that's a lifesaver for Welteroth. Now it's Joe Page up there, takes the ball, and another ball, 2-0 the count. And that's a wild pitch there on Welteroth, and that will score the runner. So now it's a 2-2 ball game, and here's a strike in there to Page, 3-1. That's in low. So Page walks, and there's runners on at first and second for Hank Bauer. 2-2 the score. Bauer takes a ball, then a strike, 1-1. Fouled away, it's 1-2 on Hank, and that's low. 2-2 the count. Deuce is wild, 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count, and the score is 2-2. And that is off the plate, and that will get the runner going. Both of the runners, that is, with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 the score. There's a line drive into right field for a base hit. Here comes Brown around to try to score, and we'll throw to third as Brown does score, and Page is safe, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Yankees. Here now is Gene Woodling, who takes the ball. And that's smoked down the line at third, and that'll score at least one. Bauer's going to go around trying to score as well. Here goes the throw home, and he's safe, and it's a double for Woodling, scoring 2. 5 runs in this inning off of Dick Welteroth. There's a ball into Cliff Mapes. Why don't I take him out right away? It's because we don't have much of a choice. It's a ground ball over to Denty by who was that? That was Mapes, and Denty's shortstop throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the third now. 5-2 Yankees with the lead, and here is Bud Stewart, who takes the ball low. And there's a ball inside edge, 2-0 the count. Down the inside corner this time for a strike. It's 2-1, and Stewart hits that one right back up the middle for a base hit. That'll bring up Clyde Fulmer with a runner on at first. Nobody out bottom of the third, 5-2 game, and here goes Stewart running for second. It's a ground ball to Rizzuto. No play at second. He throws to first. Good hit and run, and that puts Stewart into scoring position for Al Kozar. Takes a ball high, does Al, 1-0. Fouled away. It's 1-1 now on Kozar. Foul back again, 1-2 the count. Bouncer over to Rizzuto at short, throws to first. The runner holds 2 away, and here's Sam Denty, who walked last time up, hitting .266. He takes a strike, and then another strike, 0-2. It's a shot into the hole and past Rizzuto for a base hit. Around comes Stewart trying to score. We will send Denti to second, and the throw does go home, and it's a good throw to the plate, and that gets him. That was straight from from Woodling onto Silvera, the catcher. Silvera holds onto it, and they throw the runner out of the plate. We go to the top of the fourth. Lots of excitement here in this one. Tommy Henrik here for the Yankees takes a ball, and then another ball. It's 2-0 on him. That's ball 3-0. That's too high, and Walter Roth is falling apart. We're going to have to take him out here. Wrong button. There we go. And we're just going to take a quick look at this batting lineup. Can anybody play short? He cannot. How about Christman? Can you play short? You can. Okay, so Christman is going to come in here. We're going to put him in at short, and we'll take the pitcher out. It's going to be Hiddle who comes into this game, and we'll hope that we can keep him in at least for a while. So Washington really putting their bullpen to work here and forced into it. The first pitch by Hiddles to Rizzuto, who bunts, and it's Robinson who has that, throws over to Kozar covering it first for the out, and it's starting to rain again. Here's Bobby Brown. That ball is low, and it gets past Weigel, and that's a pass ball. So Hendrick moves over to third. Brown now with the ball on him takes the strike, 1-1, and that's high, 2-1 the count. And that's bounced foul, 2-2. That's outside, full count now on Brown. Fly ball left center. Fulmer, no, it's Stewart who has that for the out, and the run scores, and it is now a 6-2 lead. Here is Snuffy Sternweiss, 2 outs, 6-2, top of the fourth, and Sternweiss takes the strike. There's another strike in the outside corner, 0-2, and there's a shot to left center field, and Stewart, left fielder, runs that one down for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 6-2 now Yankees. Here is Buddy Lewis. Lewis takes a fastball low and away for a ball, and another one for a ball, 2-0 the count. Here's the strike. It's 2-1 on Lewis, and that's lined over to left field, and that's a single off of Page. That'll bring up Eddie Yost. Got to wonder how long they're going to stick with Page because you don't want to wear him out too much. There's a foul ball by Yost and a ball, 1-1, and he went around with that one clearly, 1-2. It's fouled back again, 1-2 it remains. Sinker misses inside, 2-2, and that's ripped to deep left field. Woodling, though, able to go back and grab that for the out, and there's one out. Here is Ralph Weigel, takes a ball, and then another ball, 2-0 is the count on Ralph. There's a swing and a miss of the fastball. It's 2-1, and it's a pop-up, and it's out of play, 2-2. That's low. It's a full count now. There's a swing and a miss on that one for the out, and that's interesting. There's nothing fancy, just powdered river all the way. I don't understand what that one means. So we're going to do what we always do in this situation, which is we will take a screenshot of this, and we will post it eventually on the blog and say, hey, what is this? I have no idea what this is referring to. So there's 2 away. Here's Mark Crispin, still runner on at first. Crispin takes the strike. No hits yet this season. There's another strike outside corner. It's 0-2. Swung on and missed, and Joe Page strikes him out. We go to the top of the fifth. It's going to be Charlie Silvera. Ground ball left side, Crispin. Good play. Throws to first for the out. 1 away. Joe Page now takes the ball. 1-0. And there's a bouncing ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So Page gets into the act with a base hit. And here is Bauer. Takes the strike. And the ball low and outside. 1-1. That's high. 2-1. Foul back. It's 2-2. Pop up left side Yost. And he gets another error. Man, he has had so many errors in this ball game. Eddie Yost has committed now... well, let's take a look here. In this game, he has committed 3 errors at third base. So that probably is a sign that we should take him out. Yost came up, I think it was the last inning, and I think that we're probably going to just go ahead and take him out here, I think. Robertson, you can play third, yes. So Eddie Yost is going to come out because that's ridiculous. Robertson will come in to be the new third baseman after 3 errors by the third baseman. Bauer fouls one away, 2-2. Ground ball, foul, 2-2 it remains. Hit to the right side, and that's through for a base hit. Page goes up to second, and here comes Gene Woodling, 6-2 game. And there's a ball outside of Woodling, 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. It's off the end of the bat, is looped into center. That's a base hit, and that will load the bases. So Gene is 3 for 3 now, and here comes Cliff Mapes, and Lloyd having a hard time. There's a ball in there to Mapes, 1-0, and that's fouled away, 1-1. High, 2-1 on Cliff. That misses for ball 3, 3-1 the count, and that's high and away, and Lloyd has walked in the run. It's now a 7-2 game, and here comes Tommy Henrik. So much for the Yankees being down and out. They are up and in. Speaking of up and in, that's up and in on Henrik, and there's a strike, 1-1 the count. Bounce back to the box. Hittle goes to home for 1, and that's thrown over to first, but that is just a little bit late. And that leaves the bases loaded. And here now is Phil Rizzuto. So 2 outs here, bases loaded, 7-2 ball game. Rizzuto takes high for a ball, 1-0. It's ball 2 to him. It's 2-0. Pop-up foul ground. Robinson dives, can't get there. 2-1 the count. That's ball 3 off the plate, 3-1. Grounded over to Robertson. He throws to first base. Robertson is correct. Throws to first base to Robinson, and that is low, but Robinson is able to scoop that for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 7-2 now Yankees. Here's Robinson to lead this off. He takes a strike. 0-1 is the count. And that's ball that just misses, and that's another one outside this time, 2-1. It's into the right field gap, and that gets down, and around the stretch he comes. Robinson in there easily with a triple, and this will bring up Bud Stewart. So there's a runner on a third base for the Senators, and Stewart comes up. He has 24 RBIs this season, and he pops one up, and that's just out of play. 0-1 on Bud. That's a fastball inside that misses, 1-1, and that's low, 2-1. That's ripped towards the gap, right center field. Mapes has that for the out, the center fielder, and that will score the run. Now it's a 7-3 ball game. Clyde Fulmer now takes the ball inside, 1-0. It's outside for a strike, 1-1 now the count. Fouls that one away. It's 1-2, and that's a strike on the corner for strike 3. And so 2 away here, and here is Al Kozar, and he takes a ball low, 1-0. And there's a strike, 1-1. It's off the plate, 2-1 the count on Al, and that's swung on and missed. It's 2-2. It's up the middle for a base hit, and that'll bring up Hittle's spot. He hasn't been pitching that well, so we'll bring in a pinch hitter. It'll be John Simmons. He's the last pinch hitter we have, last guy on the bench. This is going to be an interesting game going forward. Here is Simmons. Takes the ball, 1-0. And that's outside and low. It's 2-0 on John. It's high for ball 3, 3-0 the count, and that's in the dirt, and that's a wild pitch. And the runner Kozar tries for third, and he's able to make it. So this is another one of those rare plays where you get a walk and a wild pitch together. This we've seen this a little bit lately. I was looking back through my notes just the other day. We've seen this play come through a couple times. I guess that's what happens when you start hitting the summer months. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, this is not the first time I've seen this particular one. Brings up Buddy Lewis now, bases loaded, and he represents a potential tying run. There's a ball to Lewis, 1-0, and that's high, 2-0. Shot back up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score at least one. Here comes Simmons around to try to score. 2 have scored, I believe. Lewis will try for second. And it's safe at the plate, and so that makes this a 7-5 game. I'm sorry, the bases were not loaded. I don't exactly understand what happened there. The score now is 7-5. Lewis is 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs in this game, and that'll bring up Sherry Robertson for his first at-bat of this game. There's a slider in for a strike, and there's the ball, 1-1. Chopper over to third base, and Brown has that, throws over to Hendrick for the out, and we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 7-5 game, and all of a sudden, this is a close one. Walter Masterson, I think, will go in. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And I want to see here, what does Simmons play left? Yeah, we're going to take Simmons out. Pitcher comes in, and from here on out, the pitchers are going to have to start hitting. Here's Brown, and he takes a strike, swings and misses at one, rather. There's a ground ball over to Robertson, throws to first, one away. Here's Snuffy Sternweis. Snuffy takes a strike and then takes a ball inside, 1-1. Lined and caught by Robinson, so Sternweis still has an average of 0. 2 gone. Here's Silvera. That's inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Popped up back into the stands, 1-1 on Charlie. Ground ball to Chrisman, shortstop throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ralph Weigel here for the Senators takes a fastball for a strike inside part of the plate, 0-1. And that's a good slider in the inner half. It's 0-2 for Weigel, and that's inside for a ball, 1-2. That's 2-2 now as that one just misses, and that's lined off of the glove of Rizzuto for a base hit to left field. That'll bring up Mark Chrisman now, runner on first base. 2-run game, 7-5. There goes Weigel trying to steal third. It's a pop-up over behind third base, and Brown goes over to make the catch, and Weigel has to go back to first. 1 away, and here's Eddie Robinson. Robinson takes a strike. He tripled last time, and then a ball, 1-1. 1 for 3 today. Bounce to the, the right side? Sternweis, there he is, who throws to first, and Weigel moves up to second. 2 gone. It's Bud Stewart now, who's 1 for 2. And he takes a ball wide, 1-0. is driven to right field, and that's over Bauer's head. That's going to be a base hit, and that will score Weigel. Stewart comes in with a double. It's a 7-6 game. Here now is Clyde Fulmer. Fulmer watches a ball, 1-0. That's ball 2 up and in. It's 2-0 on Clyde. That's well inside, 3-0 the count, and there's a strike, 3-1. That's low for ball 4, and that'll bring up Al Kozar. So runners on at first and second, 7-6 ball game. The Senators coming back after being ahead. Here comes Kozar hitting .293, and he takes a strike, 0-1. That's high, 1-1 the count. And there's a slider down and in, 2-1, and that's last to right field. Bauer can't get there. That'll score 1, and Fulmer goes to third base, and now it's decision time as Walt Masterson comes up. He said 7 at-bats, hasn't hit anything. And what do you do? Well, we'll take a look at these pitchers. Technically, Forrest Thompson was a great hitter in real life, but I don't know. We're not going to take a big bet on that. So what we're going to do from now on, and this is one of the problems with Diamond Mine, it's not easy to look up that pitch count for the pitcher. Pitcher Masterson has thrown 8 pitches so far. So what we're going to do from now on is we're going to pretend that there's a designated hitter, even though the pitcher does have to hit. And we're just going to pay attention to the pitch count. So here's Masterson coming up to hit for himself. Swinging a miss at that one is 0-1. And there's a fastball low, 1-1. There's ball 2, 2-1 on Walt. It's on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Throw to first, nothing doing. Ground ball up the middle. Rizzuto has it, throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the 7th, but we are tied at 7. Spec Shea, now this pitcher for the Yankees, takes a strike and a ball, 1-1. It's fouled away. It's 1-2 on Spec. That's outside. 2-2 the count. Swung on and missed for strike 3, 1 out. And here's Hank Bauer. Bauer is 2 for 4 today. Run scored and an RBI. Takes a ball and then another ball, 2-0. That's in close. It's 3-0 on Hank, and that's ball 4 outside and low, and that'll bring up Gene Woodling. So come on, Walt, make me look like a genius. Woodling takes a strike, 0-1, and there's another strike. It's 0-2 on Gene. Inside, and that hit him. Yes, that did hit Woodling, not the bat. It hit him, and he'll go down to first, and that'll bring up Cliff Mapes. Runners on a first and second, 1 out here, top of the 7th. Mapes takes a strike and then a ball, 1-1. Fastball misses around the knees. It's 2-1. That's a ground ball third base to Robertson, and he steps on the back for 1 on to second, but not in time. Woodling beats it out. Here comes Tommy Henrich with runners on first and second and 2 outs, top of the 7th. That's a ball to Tommy and a foul ball, 1-1. Hit down the right field line, and oh man, Stewart runs that one down, and left field line. Stewart runs that one down and ends up dropping it, and so that ends up scoring the run. And that is potentially a big play in this game. My goodness. And so Henrich ends up at second with what should have been the 3rd out of the 7th inning. This game has had everything. So Henrich ends up resting on second base instead of being the 3rd out in the inning. And don't know what to go from there. Here comes Phil Rizzuto, who gets a bounce to third base. That's through. That's going to score at least 1. Here comes Henrich around to try to score and see if we can get him at the plate. And he's safe, and Rizzuto makes it to second. And so now it's a 10-7 game. Masterson's pitch count is up. There's a ball into Bobby Brown, 1-0 with a runner on at second. And there's a fly ball over to right field. Lewis has it for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here is Buddy Lewis, and there's a ground ball over to Rizzuto, who makes the play, throws to first, 1 gone. Sherry Robertson now takes a ball up and in, and another ball down and in, 2-0 the count. Ball 3 is at his feet. It's 3-0. There's ball 4, easy take for Robertson, and that'll bring up Ralph Weigel. It's only a 3-run lead that can be overcome. Here is Weigel, and he watches the ball off the plate, 1-0. Throw to first, nothing happening. That's another fastball wide, 2-0. That's inside for ball 3, 3-0. There's a fastball in there for a strike, 3-1 now the count. And there's another strike, is a full count now on Weigel. That's a low and away, that pitch, and that will bring up Mark Christman, the potential tying run. No home runs for Mark. He has only 1 RBI. It takes a strike. 1-1 now the count on him as that miss. No hits, by the way, for Christman, but that's a minor point. 3-1 now the count on Mark. And there's an attempt to pick off Robertson. Doesn't work. Next pitch comes in, and that's a strike. He took that, thought it was ball 4, but it was strike 2. Ground ball over to first. Henrich on to second for 1. Back on to first, but Crispin beats that out. There's 2 away, and here comes Eddie Robinson. He has 8 home runs this season and 23 RBIs. There's a strike by Shea, 0-1. That misses out and away, 1-1 the count. That's in tight. It's 2-1 on Robinson. Ball 3 is low, 3-1 now the count, and there's a strike inside corner, full count now on Eddie. And that was high, and that loads the bases, and that is potentially a big moment in this game. Cuddles Marshall, our good old friend, comes out to pitch for New York, and he will pitch against Bud Stewart. Bases loaded, bottom of the seventh, 3-run game. There's a swing and a miss at a pitch outside. It's 0-1 on Bud, and there it's low, 1-1. Stewart today, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, hitting .360. And that's fouled away. 1-2 the count on Bud. Comebacker, Marshall has it, throws to first for the out. What a big out, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. And Forrest Thompson's going to be the new pitcher here. I know that he's going to come up next inning, and we're going to leave him in, but there's not much else we can do. Remember, he's a 600 hitter, so there's a strike to Sternweis, 0-1. That's in tie, 1-1. And that's fouled away. 1-2 the count on Snuffy. And he doesn't go on that one. It's 2-2, and that's inside for a ball, full count, and that's wide. And he walks again, number 12 this season for Sternweis. He's walked every game. Charlie Silvera, for a guy who doesn't hit the ball, he's been on base all the time. 1-1 the count on Charlie. And there's a pop-up. Robertson has that for the out at third base, 1 away. Here's Bill Johnson. Johnson takes the ball low and away, 1-0. Grounder up the middle and through. That'll be a base hit. Then Sternweis going for third, and we'll throw to third, and he's in there safely. Fulmer's throw was not in time, and here comes Hank Bauer. Runners on at the corners. We'll play for 2. There's a strike to Hank, and there's a ball low and outside, and that one misses inside, 2-1. That's fouled back. It's 2-2 on Bauer, and that's a ball outside corner. Full count now on Hank. That's wide of the plate again, so here comes Gene Woodling with the bases loaded again. I think the bases have been loaded for both teams all game long. That's hit fouled on the left field line, 0-1, and there's a ball. 1-1 the count on Gene. And there's another strike inside corner, 1-2. Ground ball to Kozar. He goes over to Crispin for 1 and back onto first base for the double play. Barely. And that saves a potential run, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 10-7 game. Here now is Clyde Fulmer. Clyde takes the ball. 1-0. That's high. 2-0 on Clyde. Inside for ball 3. 3-0 the count. That's a strike down the middle. Is 3-1. And that's ball 4. He was looking all the way, and Marshall gives up his first walk, and here comes Al Kozar. 10-7 Yankees, bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody out. Runner on at first. There's a ball to Kozar. Ground ball over to Sternweis, and he has to go to first. Fulmer makes it to second fine. And that brings up Forrest Thompson, who's 0 for 5 this year. He fouls one away, 0-1. That misses outside, 1-1 the count. That's fouled away. It's 1-2 on Thompson. Popped up left field, and it's Rizzuto who has that for the out, 2 away. Here now is Buddy Lewis. Lewis is 3 for 4 today with 4 RBIs, and he fouls one away, 1-1. It's outside for a ball, 2-1 on Buddy. Pop up near second, Sternweis has that. We go to the top of the 9th. Cliff Mapes is up here for the Yankees with the 10-7 lead, and that's fouled away at the plate, 0-1. That's low, 1-1. That's high. Now it's 2-1 on Mapes. And he holds up on that one, 3-1 the count, and that's fouled away. It's a full count now on Cliff. Fly ball, Fulmer, center field for the out, 1 away. Tommy Henrich. Henrich takes the ball, 1-0. And that's another ball. It's 2-0 on Tommy. That's inside, 3-0 the count. Below the knees, and Henrich takes a walk, and that'll bring up Phil Rizzuto. And the walks have been flowing today, haven't they? Rizzuto takes the ball, 1-0. There's a line shot left field. Stewart has that one, and he's easily able to pick the runner off at first as he was way down by second base. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and it will be Sherry Robertson leading this off for the Senators. He takes the ball, 10-7 Yankees, and there's a strike outside corner, 1-1. That is high. It's 2-1 on Robertson. Fly ball left field. Woodling has that for the out, 1 away, and here's Ralph Weigel. There's no pinch hitting because everybody's tired. There's a ball to Ralph. Another strike to him this time, 1-1, and there's the second strike, 1-2 on Ralph. Ground ball over to third base, and Johnson can't get to that one and screens out Rizzuto, and that's into left field for a base hit. So here comes Mark Crispin, runner on first base. There's a ball high and outside, 1-0. Low and away, it's 2-0. Ground ball to short. Rizzuto on to Sternweis and on to first for the double play, and the Yankees hold on to win. So it was a crazy one. I'll show you this box score. 4 pitchers for the Yankees, 5 for the Senators, and it's 10-7. The Yankees with the lead, or with the win, I'm sorry. And we get to go down and we get to go sit down after this one and reflect a little bit on that one. The Yankees have swept this doubleheader, and they are really close to the Red Sox in competition in the American League. I will see you again tomorrow where we will have yet another game. Talk to you later. Bye.